Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're really plunging into something essential, the liquid heart of our world, water.
Exactly. It's everywhere, shaping everything, but often just taken for granted.
Right, it's this silent architect of life, flowing through us, carving continents. But how often do we actually stop and think about its real impact?
Well, that's our mission today, isn't it? To go beyond just the surface. We're distilling some of the most surprising facts and crucial insights from the sources you shared.
From the science to history, geography.
And even how it pops up in our daily lives in hidden ways.
Yeah.
The goal is to leave you, our listeners, not just informed, but genuinely seeing water a bit differently.
Okay, so let's unpack this. Why is water considered the most important resource? We'll explore its unique nature and how it shapes things in ways you might not expect. Let's jump in.
Right, we all learn water as H2O in school. Simple formula. But that hides, well, a whole universe of really extraordinary properties, doesn't it?
It really does. What's truly unique about how this molecule behaves? Something that makes it stand out?
Well, one of its most remarkable features, I'd say, is its incredibly high heat capacity.
Heat capacity. Okay, what does that mean in practice?
It's not just that it takes a while to boil water for tea, though that's related. It means water can absorb just a tremendous amount of heat energy before its own temperature really changes much.
Ah, okay.
And this property, it's largely down to the hydrogen bonds between water molecules. It's the fundamental reason Earth has a climate stable enough for, well, for us, for complex life.
Right.
Without water acting like this massive thermal battery, our planet would just swing between wild extremes. Totally uninhabitable temperature swings.
Wow. So it's basically our planetary thermostat just quietly working away, making sure we don't, fry or freeze constantly. That's incredible.
Pretty much, yeah.
And it's also known as the universal solvent, right? I hear that term a lot.
Precisely. And that's another huge one. Water can dissolve more substances than any other liquid we know.
Why is that?
It's because of its molecular polarity. You can kind of imagine the molecules as tiny magnets, allowing them to pull apart other molecules.
Okay.
But this isn't just some, neat chemical trick. It's the basis for how water functions as the ultimate delivery system.
Delivery system.
Yeah, it carries nutrients through our blood, vital minerals through the soil to plants, and over geological time, millennia, it's even shaped landscapes by dissolving rock.
So scientifically, it's clear water is just extraordinary, but this wasn't lost on our ancestors either, was it? I mean, how did early civilizations deal with this essential, powerful resource?
Absolutely. Humans have been utterly dependent on water from the very beginning. Just look back at the cradles of civilization. Egypt, Mesopotamia.
The Fertile Crescent.
Exactly. Entire societies just blossoming around major rivers. The Nile in Egypt, for instance. It wasn't just water for farming or drinking. It was central to everything.
Transport religion.
Yeah, transport, religious rituals. Even their calendar was based around the Nile's floods.
Yeah.
The whole rhythm of life revolved around it.
And the Romans, they took water engineering to a completely different level, didn't they? Those aqueducts are still mind-blowing.
Absolutely. An engineering marvel, truly. They built these vast networks, stretching hundreds of miles sometimes.
Just using gravity.
Just using gravity, yeah. To feed fresh mountain water directly into their cities. Some systems delivered hundreds of millions of liters a day.
Wow.
It shaped urban life, public health, sanitation, in ways that were just unprecedented back then. It shows how advanced infrastructure was literally built on water.
It sounds like water was this constant source of growth, prosperity.
Right.
But I imagine it wasn't always quite so harmonious. Did it cause conflict too?
Unfortunately, yes. While water brings life, it's scarcity.
Yeah.
Well, that's been a powerful catalyst for conflict throughout history.
Really? Actual wars?
People have certainly fought wars over controlling rivers or vital springs, yes. And even today, water scarcity is a serious source of tension between some countries.
Especially in drier regions, I guess.
Exactly. It makes water a critical strategic resource in global politics.
So it's so much more than just drinking water. It's woven deep into culture, planning, politics, even spirituality. Okay, so as humans spread out, this relationship with water must have become defined by how unevenly it spread across the globe. We learn Earth is the blue planet, mostly water.
Right.
But that picture is a bit misleading, isn't it?
It is, quite a bit. Yes, 71% of the Earth's surface is covered by water. That part's true. But here's the really astonishing part. Only about 2.5% of all that water is fresh water.
2.5%, that's it.
That's it. And then, get this, the vast majority of that fresh water, nearly 70%, is locked away. Ice caps glaciers,
Yeah.
inaccessible.
So,
Oh.
wait, if you do the math, what does that actually leave us with? For, drinking, farming, everything, it must be tiny.
It's shockingly low. Less than 1% of all the water on Earth is readily available in liquid form for us to use.
Less than 1%. Wow.
Yeah, and that's not just some dry statistic. It's a massive geopolitical issue, a societal challenge. It makes every single drop incredibly precious.
Right.
It drives innovation, sure, like desalination, conservation efforts, but it also fuels potential conflicts and really shapes the future of things like food security and where cities can even grow.
That really puts countries like, say, Canada or Brazil, with their huge rivers and lakes, in an incredibly fortunate spot.
Very fortunate.
But it also starkly highlights the challenges for places like the Middle East or parts of Africa grappling with, severe droughts, chronic shortages.
Absolutely. And climate change is just making these inequalities worse.
How so?
Well, it's leading to drier conditions, more desertification in some areas, while paradoxically, other places are getting slammed with unprecedented flooding from more intense rain.
So it's a double-edged sword.
Exactly. Which just underscores how urgently we need robust, smart water management strategies globally.
So the big takeaway here is really about responsible stewardship, isn't it? We have to manage this resource carefully.
Precisely. It highlights the critical importance of managing our water wisely. We need to focus on saving water, yes, but also keeping it clean and ensuring everyone gets fair access, especially with populations growing and climate patterns getting, well, less predictable.
Okay, let's bring this right down to the personal level, make it practical. Beyond the obvious, drinking, washing, how else are we encountering water every single day, maybe without even realizing it?
Well, there's cooking, cleaning, bathing, sure. Even generating electricity through hydropower in some places relies heavily on water flow.
Yeah.
But the truly eye-opening stuff often comes when you look at the hidden water, or sometimes called virtual water.
You mean the water embedded in producing the things we buy and use?
Exactly.
Because I've heard some figures on this that are just staggering. Like something like 2,700 liters of water for one cotton shirt. Is that right?
That's a commonly cited figure, yes. Around that much. It takes a lot of water to grow cotton.
2,700 liters. Wow.
And that's just a shirt. Think about food. A single hamburger.
Oh, I bet this is a big one.
It can take over 2,000 liters of water to produce. Maybe even more, depending on how it's calculated.
2,000 liters for one burger. How?
Well, a huge chunk of that is the water needed to grow the animal feed. Often grains like corn or soy, which can be very water-intensive crops, frequently grown in regions that are already, water-stressed.
That's genuinely staggering. It really connects our dinner plate directly to global water resources, doesn't it?
It absolutely does.
So when we talk about saving water, it's clearly not just about shorter showers or turning off the tap while brushing teeth, though that helps.
Right. Those things matter. But the bigger picture,
Right.
I mean, when we talk about water conservation, we're also talking about thinking a bit more critically before we consume anything. Water is everywhere, hidden in the products we use, the food we eat, often in ways we just don't expect. Our consumption habits have this direct, though often invisible, impact on water scarcity around the world.
It's fascinating, too, how deep this runs, not just scientifically or historically, but it's even woven right into our language, the way we speak.
Indeed it is. We use water in so many common English expressions, and they offer this fascinating little window into how we collectively understand it, how we experience it.
Like what? Give us an example.
Okay, well, think about, like, water off a duck's back.
Ah, yeah. Meaning something doesn't affect someone.
Exactly. It captures that idea perfectly, just like water literally rolling off a duck's oily feathers without soaking in.
Or if you're in hot water, everyone knows what that means.
Right. You're in trouble. In a tricky, uncomfortable spot. The metaphor clicks instantly.
And how about testing the waters?
Trying something out cautiously, right?
Yeah.
Before you commit fully, like dipping a toe in before you dive head first.
Yeah.
These phrases just show how water's qualities, its fluidity, its power, sometimes its danger or unpredictability, they become perfect metaphors for all sorts of human experiences and emotions.
This whole deep dive, it really drives home how water is life.
Yeah.
It's absolutely fundamental to our existence, our history, the planet itself, even, as you said, our language. We've explored the seen and the unseen aspects, haven't we? From the tiny H0 molecule up to its global sweep and personal impact.
We have. And maybe, as you go about your day now, you might consider those hidden water costs we talked about.
In the food you eat, the clothes you wear.
Exactly. Think about where that water might have come from, what impact its use might have had somewhere else. It adds another layer to think about.
So here's a final thought for you, our listeners. What unexpected examples of this invisible water might you discover in your own daily life now that you're kind of looking for it? And maybe, what might that knowledge inspire you to do differently?